Well, welcome everybody. We're going to be playing a little bit of LotRO today. If you've been following this game for, well, as long as it's been out, 13 years, this area is going to look very familiar to you. It's the Lone Lands. I'm currently at the Forsaken Inn, at the edge of the Lone Lands, where the Lone Lands meet Bree. That green over there you can see, that's Breeland. And currently I'm just leveling up this champion to start doing some questing with a friend of mine who is currently playing through LotRO for the first time. And I have a captain that is about their level, but I'm not really enjoying playing the captain. So I figured I'd give this class a try. I am notorious for not playing alts in MMOs. Is this a new game, Yavanna Blue? No, this has been out for about 13 years. It's Lord of the Rings Online. It's a new-ish character, only level 22 here. But yeah, no, this is an older MMO. So yeah, playing some LotRO. I'm notorious for not playing alts. I don't have like the patience for them. I mainly just stick with my main character because I never hit level cap unless I'm reviewing the game very quickly anyways. Normally when I'm just playing my normal pace, it's very slow, it's very plodding. I take my time, I explore everything. When I'm reviewing, obviously that has to get picked up because we kind of need the review to hit, soon. But my hope is that this champion kind of sticks because I would love to have something besides the same hunter I've been playing since 2007. Yeah, it's if you love Lord of the Rings, Yavanna, which I would assume so, considering the name, Yavanna Kementari, you should definitely give this a try. It's free as well. I mean, it's free to play, so you can download it and kind of get started on it. See if you like it before you drop any money on it to pay the subscription fee or buy any of the expansion packs or anything like that. But as someone who also loves the books, I mean, I spent the last 10, 15 years, studying them. I used to write articles for websites like Middle Earth News and stuff like that before I started writing about video games. One of the things I love about this game is it's by far the best adaptation of the books. Am I using any mods? I am not. I don't usually mod. I used to use the Palantir mod. I used to use DPS mod as well, way back, like around when Enidwythe was being added to the game. So this is obviously years ago. But I'm not really a min-maxer, so stuff like that never really appealed to me long term. It was cool to see, but for this game specifically, I am very much more of I want to enjoy the world more than know exactly how much DPS I'm doing. Now, like games like World of Warcraft, I'll mod just because I think you kind of have to, especially if you're doing any sort of high-level dungeon running. But with Lord of the Rings Online, this is my chill MMO. This is my favorite MMO, and as such, I just kind of play it as is. Now, if there's a mod out there that you recommend, I'll look into it if it does, improve the experience. But when I used to use them, I found myself focusing more on what the mod was showing me than the actual game. So like I said, if you missed the opening, I'm leveling this character to kind of catch up with a friend of mine who just started playing back in November. I've got a level 130 hunter I've played since literally launch. It's the character I started back in 2007. But I'm not really an alts person. I don't play a lot of alts. I take that back. I don't level a lot of alts. I have plenty of them. Probably more than I think I'd ever need. I've got a level 33 Burglar, level 43. Minstrel, I've got a level 105. Lore Master. I don't enjoy all of those other characters like I did my my Hunter. So I would always go back to my Hunter, especially when new content came out, because my Hunter was at level cap. I'm kind of hoping that this champion can break that cycle. I have a captain who's level 30 as well that I have been playing with them. And I'm just not enjoying the captain as much as I would hope. Maybe that changes as I level up more. I don't think I'm going to abandon the captain just yet, but I definitely wanted to give something else another try. I think with this game, John, mods aren't as necessary as they are in other games. Like I said, World of Warcraft specifically, I mean, mods are kind of necessary. But this doesn't have like that same hardcore community. I like the fact that they're there and you can use them if you want. But I don't feel like I have to use them. And like I said, when I was using them, like I said, I used the Palantir mod ages ago. There was a DPS mod I used around Enedwyth's release. I just found myself focusing more on that and what the DPS output was showing me versus actually enjoying the game. And for me, as a Lord of the Rings Online purist myself, not just Lord of the Rings Online, as a Lord of the Rings purist, the world is what I was interested in. You know, the storylines that they could tell based on... No clue how that dude got hit from way back there. I wasn't really paying attention. As someone who plays this game for the lore and the stories, that's what I want to focus on. What I need to do is get my MMO mouse, though, from my other computer. Because I really don't want to have to sit here and press these number keys myself with my left hand. I don't have any macros or anything like that set up to make it easier. Oh, I forgot. I'm not playing my Hunter, so she's not very accurate when I'm moving. Yeah, it definitely has. I mean, how many times have we heard that this game is dead, or we feared that the IP was going to be lost by the developers? I mean, this game has definitely stood the test of time, and I think it's a testament to people's, you know, willingness and desire to play in this world more than anything else. Because I mean, other MMOs have come out since then that have been better, right? But there's just something about this world that draws you back in if you're a huge fan of it. And I like the fact that the developers aren't just sticking to the, you know, the main story that we all know. They are trying to branch out and tell other stories. That's the whole, I mean, Mordor expansion a few years ago, the Minas Morgul expansion last year, the Elder Slade stuff, and the stuff that we're kind of expecting to see with the expansion coming out this year. It just, for me, I think this team has done such an amazing job of sticking to the spirit of Lord of the Rings while still also trying to make a video game. Because at the end of the day, they have to make a fun game, so nothing's going to be perfect. But ooh, these guys are hitting hard. But I like the fact that they're able to tell their own stories, and you would think that they would fit right into the books. They have the same feel as some of the stories that are told, and they're also telling more obscure stories, like the Photokill storyline, where you are literally, you know, investigating what happened to the last king, Arvedui, and his ship up there. Those kind of things just jump out to me. I'm gonna die. I wonder, where is my armor? Probably needs to be replaced here soon. Okay, maybe I can not die now. Okay, I need to find warg tails, which I think are here as well. Hunter becomes... yeah, no, it's over there. I'm trying to, like I said, get caught up with a buddy of mine. They're on book 3. They just got to Rivendell. And so I've got a ways to go, obviously. This character's only level 22. But my hope is, in the next week, I can get caught up. I think these weapons need to be upgraded too. Let's go. I think that was the first time I died with this character, now that I think about it. Yeah, I don't think I've died with her until just now. Great. The first time I die with a character, I do it with other people watching. That's cool, you guys. Doing low-level stuff I've done multiple times already. Yay! Level 23. We'll finish the Goblin Slayer deed, it looks like. Let's go get some warg tails then, and then I think we can... oh, we also got to get the Anorian heirlooms and stuff. Basically all of the things over here. That in the distance, if you've never played this game before, is Weathertop. It's the great watchtower of Amon-Sul. That's one of the things I love about this game, is it can just be a tourist style game where you level up in your quest just so you can go see these locations that you've read about or maybe watched in the movies. It does a really good job of introducing those epic locations and moments without it feeling as though you're just retreading old ground, if that makes any sense. Like getting to Weathertop and fighting the trolls and stuff on top. It doesn't feel as though you're just basically trying to repeat the Nazgul fight with the Fellowship, right? If it's any comfort, I'm reinstalling so I can play. It's been a few years. Hey, why not? I'm glad to have helped convince someone to get back into this. Hopefully you'll have better luck not dying than I did. Okay, need to get all of the warg tails. These silent yellow fangs are kind of getting annoying already. I don't seem to be taking as much damage as I was against those goblins, though, which is a little weird. Maybe it's because we're the same level now, I don't know. Hey, BMP. How goes it? Thanks for joining. Thanks for checking out. And engaging. Engagement is always good. Gotta get them metrics, yo. Yeah, I really need new weapons. I'm basically carrying around a pick and a sword. A huge sword. Trying to think of which one of my characters, though, could make weapons for her, because that's another thing I don't really do. I don't max out crafting just because of the time sink. I love how that wolf got hit from super far away. There's another wolf right next to me. I tried to get into WoW, but it just did not do it for me. But I love LotRO, so I'm excited to jump back in. I'm a diehard Star Wars: The Old Republic player since launch. That is an MMO I need to play more of. We did a re-review of it last year on the site, and I jumped in a little bit, but it's one that I never really played because back when it came out, I was super hardcore into LotRO. I wasn't really writing. Actually, that's right around when I started writing about video games, like 2012 area. And LotRO was really the only game I was writing about and playing at the time. So that's kind of what I focused on. But it's one of those MMOs that I really need to play. And I'm thinking about rotating it into the streams here, because we're going to start doing essentially daily streams if possible. A friend of mine, actually the associate editor for MMORPG and I, Shank, we're going to be doing a weekly Lord of the Rings online stream on Sundays called LotRO and Coffee, where we play LotRO and drink coffee and talk about Lord of the Rings. In case y'all don't actually know who I am, I'm the managing editor for MMORPG. My Twitter handle is LOTRlore, so like I'm all about, Lord of the Rings stuff and talking about it and educating people on the lore and the meanings and stuff behind it and how to read it. And so that's basically what the show is going to be, is my buddy asking me questions while I play LotRO and we both drink coffee. So it should be pretty interesting. Only so much time in a day. Yeah, definitely. Okay, need 4 more warg tails, and then I can get back to the Forsaken Inn. For Star Wars? Yeah, definitely. I'll probably have my brother stream with me. He did our re-review last year and really loved the game. I think we gave it an 8 as for the re-review. Basically, the way we approached it is this a game in 2020 that you can play? How is it jumping into this game, 8 years later? And it's one of the more accessible MMOs, I think, to jump into after so long and level up. We have another column, actually, that's doing that, though we're not playing through the whole game. We're just kind of seeing how the onboarding and everything is. It's called MMO Reroll, which does a really good really good job with that column. Is there still enough people to populate this game? Like, would I be able to run groups and raid? It really depends on the server. I think if you played on Landreval, Brandywine, you'd have no problem. I play on Arkenstone, but I've always played on lower population servers. When I started playing, I played on Nimmerdale, and that was the lowest pop server at the time. So I'm kind of used to it. I group with my friends, and that's about it. But yeah, I think depending on the server you play on, Jim, on Facebook, I think you would have no problem finding a group. That's being said, if you you know, find a group of friends or join a pretty active kinship, which every server still has really active kinships and communities, you'd be fine. We saw numbers. Let me pull up the article, actually. I'll share it with you. It's the EG7 buyout of Daybreak Games, who we now know owns Standing Stone Games. And LotRO actually has quite a few active players across the... let's see, where are the numbers at in this article? This is the link. We wrote about this back in December. Yeah, so Lord of the Rings Online has about 108,000 monthly active users, but that's obviously spread across, you know, all of the different servers they have. And that's as of September last year. I mean, those numbers could be higher, those numbers could be lower now, for all we know. Lower level stuff, I think you would have a hard time finding content, finding people to run content with you, unless you're doing things in the Fellowship Finder. But I mean, if you have played this game before and you're near the end game stuff, those places are super busy. Like Elder Slade is busy. Minas Tirith, Minas Morgul, those areas are very busy as everyone gets kind of ready for the Gundabad expansion that's supposed to come out later on this year. Okay, time to get back to the Forsaken Inn. Actually, I think I can just... Nope, that's going to take me to Arch it. Yes, brewing a cup right now. Actually, I really should have brewed a cup of coffee before I started streaming today. My throat is hurting a little bit, and it would actually help some. Really? You're going to kill my elk like that? How are you going to do me like that, wolf? There's 3 of them. Holy crap. That's why. I have no clue. There we go. Everything decided it wanted to just continue, finally. Jeez, how many wolves are there right now? Okay, back on my trusty elk steed. This is actually, I really like this steed. I wish I had it for my main character. Part of me may buy it for my main character, which is sad. I don't like microtransactions if I can help it. I need to also set up my premium house on this character. This account, I should say. Weather top. I remember back in 2007 when I first started my kinship, which this character is not part of for some reason. I haven't logged on and invited her. And it was around the time I was in the Troll Shaws, and a lot of people we were inviting, installing as I type, it's your fault. Hey, that's. I will definitely take the blame for this. So a lot of people we were inviting were still in the Lone Lands, and I offered to help level them through. So I think I spent like a month in the Lone Lands alone, just leveling, helping friends.
Woe to me.
Munce's axe. Yeah, definitely gonna take that.
Woe to me.
Gadrick's Blade, I think, is better than the blade we're currently using. 33 DPS. Yeah. What is the Vengeance, though? We'll keep that. We'll do Gadrick's Blade.
How can I be of service?
Falster's Helmet. Yeah, definitely want that. Item level 12. Yeah. OMG, haven't played this game in years, says NYC Playboy 78. I'm glad to have stirred up some nostalgia for you. I play this game probably once a week now. A little bit more depending on my mood. DPS. Let's put that in the main hand. Let's put the axe in the offhand. About the changes that have been about the changes that have been made over the years and why you think this game is still going strong. I don't think the game is going strong necessarily because it's a great MMO. I mean, it's not a bad MMO. It's not. It's really good. It is a great old school style MMORPG. I think the game still goes strong because the community. This has one of the most unique communities in any MMO on the market right now. But I think the other major reason why this game is still going strong 13 years later has everything to do with the setting. I think the Middle-earth setting is something that has captured the imagination of writers, artists, game developers throughout the last 50, 60 years. I mean, we can credit Tolkien for basically helping to establish the high fantasy genre in literature and movies and games and stuff like that. It all kind of originates with Tolkien's work. And this is a world that has captured those imaginations. And to be able to explore it like we can, to go to places like the Last Homely House, to go and explore the Long Dark of Moria, to check out Dol Guldur and where the necromancer was, to walk the great east-west road that Bilbo and the dwarves used for their journey, to experience Lake Town, to ride with the Rohirrim in Rohan. I mean, those are all things that draw so many people to this game. I mean, myself, that's why I play this game, why I wanted to play this game from the get-go, and why 13 years later it's never really been uninstalled for any great length of time on my computer. I've always said there are a few games that I'll always have installed on my computer, and this is one of them. And it's because of those moments. It's because of this world. And I think that's really the huge draw of this. I think, too, the fact that it's telling stories and showing places that you don't see in any other adaptation. You don't see Rune in... I mean, you don't see it in this game either, but there are talks about, eventually exploring those areas. You don't see Harad, but who knows? I mean, there's always that feeling that you may eventually get there. Forokel is a perfect example of that. Evendim, you don't see in the books, you don't see in the movies, but you can explore the lost city of Anuminas here. You can check out the Ice Bay of Forokel, where, like I said earlier, the King Arvedui's ship was lost, and you can learn about those tidbits of lore. I think that is the main draw of why this game has stuck around for so long. And to top it all off, it's a serviceable MMO. I mean, if you are longing for the old days of tab targeting, group content, LotRO, to a degree, satisfies that. I think Final Fantasy XIV and World of Warcraft still do it better. I think Final Fantasy XIV is the best MMO on the market right now. But there's a reason why I've got this installed on my computer, and I don't have Final Fantasy XIV installed on this computer right now, and it's because of the game world. So, I mean, long-winded answer, and everyone's mileage is going to vary here. I'm very much of the mind of, these are all places that I've dreamed about visiting, and I get to in this game. And it doesn't hurt that the storytelling is really good too. Is it perfect? No, not by any stretch. The cash shop is incredibly, it feels incredibly scuzzy. They could do a better job of not, micro transactioning every single tiny thing to hell. I don't need the shop to be thrown in my face every time I go into a new region or I don't have a quest pack unlocked or something like that. It looks dated. The newer regions do look nicer, but you can still tell it's an MMO made in 2007. The engine isn't necessarily the best. The frame pacing's not great. But at the end of the day, I enjoy this game more than I enjoy most games. And what's interesting is, for the longest time, I was only logging in like once every few weeks. I mean, it was still installed on my computer, so I could play it at any time I got that urge. But I wasn't really playing it, if that makes any sense. And I found kind of this rekindling of my love for this game because I have a friend who just started playing it for the first time back in November, and I'm experiencing these old zones and these stories and these quests again through the eyes of someone who's never played them before. And it's been really refreshing. So that's one major reason why I have an alt, which is not something I typically do. I meant to go to this camp over here. I wasn't trying to go to Oscaruth right away. They really want me to do this Polished Pendant quest, don't they? I haven't played this game in years, says Moose. That seems to be a trend. Loved it, though? Yeah, no, I definitely... Where is that camp? It is over here, isn't it? This should be like a whole host of quests to do over here. Because there's a little tiny hobbit camp. I'm just aimlessly wandering the lone lands. I'm not sure how entertaining this is, but thanks for sticking around, y'all. Yeah, I've got all the graphics jacked up. I think that's another thing. This game can run on a potato. I mean, it won't look great, but it can run on a potato. So it's the barrier of entry in terms of like what you need in terms of the machine to play it is rather low, which to me helps in terms of getting people into the game and getting them to stick with it for the long term. I have no clue where this camp was. I'm thinking I just go to Oscaruth and start doing those quests around there. Can I jump? Nope. Okay. I've always wanted to see if one of these mounts will ever be able to jump that that gap. Nope. Never once. All the sounds that it's making. This moose. The moosin'. Many much moosin'. This is a passive. No, it's a set bonus. Okay. Reduces power cost per fervor point. Cool. So I'm on book 2, chapter 7 with this character, which I'm going to go talk to Radagast here at Oscaruth. I think there's 13 chapters in book 2. That's the other thing too, like the epic quest line for the most part, until you get to some of the expansions, is completely free to play. So you can play through the main story quest, which offers, you know, potentially hundreds of hours of content for the past 13 years without ever having to spend a dime. It'll be grindy, because you've still got to level up for the content. It's not like ESO where you can just be any level whatsoever. But that helps too. Also some quests here in non-Eneth. I think I get them from Oscaruth, though. Do not want a Crebine to follow me. For me too, this game has produced so many memories for gaming. I've been in the same kinship since 2007. I play mostly with the same group of people since 2007. Some of my fondest gaming moments have taken place in this game. Every year for the last 13 years, we've, for the most part, gotten together and done the Rift Raid. We used to call the Balrog Ederheen's Bane because we could never beat it. Ederheen is the name of our kinship. But then finally we accomplished our goal and Ederheen's Bane was put down. I've met some incredible people playing this game. And honestly, this game has helped launch my writing career. I mean, I wouldn't be writing about video games if this game hadn't existed, because this is the game that made me want to write about games. This is the one that made me want to tell everybody about it and how, you know, games can foster community, can foster, can tell amazing stories. So, for me personally, those are all the major reasons why this game has the staying power it does. Frederick the Elder. Hana's Dream. Okay, gotta go talk to Hana the Young. Oscaruth to the Forsaken Inn. Yeah, I don't need that one. Let's go talk to Radagast real quick. One thing I wish this game would do is actual voice acting, but that's, I wrote an article about it. That's more so because I would love my daughter to be able to read this, play this game, and she has a hard time reading the screen because of her eyesight. It doesn't help that the text is like minuscule. The Agline let you in, did they? I've been expecting you, though sooner rather than later. You have in fact taken your time. I understand you found something upon Weathertop. This rubbing. I do believe it is a G rune. A mark oft used by Gandalf the Grey, another of my order. I guess from the description of those 3 lines that he was at Amon Sul on October the 3rd, not but a few days past. I, too, saw the lightning from Weathertop, and fear that Gandalf found trouble there. I have not seen him since we parted at Sarn Ford, so I can tell you no more of him or his travels, or of this place. Of this place, I can tell you much, but make reason of very little. Well, whatever I choose here, it's going to be lower quality than what I have now. The land itself is turning against us, and I know not the reason why. Even the shepherds are twisted shadows of their former selves. I speak of the bog prowlers, those that tend to the trees. If I can discern what is twisting the shepherds, I may be able to determine what is fouling the land. Bring me the moths that they use to line their nests. They roam the swamp to the east of here. Remember, I do not wish to harm the shepherds, no matter how confused they appear. They are innocent victims of the corruption, and I know not the harm they do. Okay, probably gonna have to kill them though. You may not want to harm them, but like I'm not gonna get killed because of that. This is Hannah, I believe. Yep, Hannah's Dream.
Oh dear.
Did Frederick send you? He worries too much now that my sister is away. Ever since I took the statue of the lady, they have treated me differently. Even the visitor in brown robes treats me differently. They fuss about saying that they must protect me. I do not know how they can protect me from my dreams. It is true I am frightened come the morning. I hear the swamp calling me at night. The woman makes the Nerbig in the swamp sing to me. She is trying to bring me to her, and that is why my sister left, to find her and stop her. She's a bad person. I know she means me harm because her songs sing of blood and death. It is the Nerbig. They sing for her. I don't tell anyone, but I can hear the Nerbig singing my name even now. Ooh.
Please, stay a moment.
We came upon the maiden in the waters north beyond the wall. She was draped in vines and tattered robes and smiled beautifully before she cringed and shook the water apart and drove us from the swamp. She cornered me, though only for a moment, before my sister found me, but I saw the hatred in her eyes. She means me harm and sends the Nerbig to call me to her. Will you help me? Can you help me? The Nerbig are in the east, in the blood mire, rubbing their legs and singing the songs she sang to me, calling for me to come. Please help me. Bring me their legs, so that I know they will no longer sing my name. That is some, like, crazy stuff. Bring me their legs. Gotta love the little donkey to...
Speak with you a moment?
Okay, so this quest, we gotta go kill spiders. In the west, beneath the shadow of Amon Ros. Yeah, okay. So this is the 9 Eneth quest that I was talking about earlier. So we're gonna grab all of these.
Might I take a moment of your
Just
time?
basically killing spiders.
Stay a moment.
And then let us be wenting. Let's grab this
What do you want?
travel location while we can. And then we'll go kill some spiders. I wonder if I felt really slow by comparison. As far as I know, they took out weapon speed, but I could be wrong. Yeah, no. Used to have a weapon speed in here so that, like, it would actually affect how quickly your attacks would land. Actually, I was gonna say I actually feel like I'm doing less damage, but I realize these guys are higher level now. So that would obviously make sense. Merciful Strike. Hunters have a similar skill that you can only use when your target is below 50% of their health, I think it is. And it does a massive amount of damage. Dreadful Tarkrip. I've never pronounced the second R. Huh, go figure. Not seeing very many spiders here. Oh, speak of the devil. Literally as I complain, I find Anne's spider. Oh, look at the little fox. Alright, gotta find more of these. There's another one over there. That's one thing I do love about my hunter is you can actually track these. Helps you find them a lot faster. Seven more spiders to go. That one didn't have a poison sac, okay. Even though it poisoned me, but, you know, consistency, I guess. I remember there being a lot more spiders in this. There we go. Finding some webs. This is a good sign. We're gonna ambush the ambusher. Okay, we need 4 more venom sacs. Or poison sacs, I guess. We will mess with these spider egg sacs. I don't feel like I'm doing enough AoE damage still. And that's one of the major reasons why I rolled this character, was I wanted something that could do a ton of AoE. Maybe that'll come as I level. I don't know if any of you out there have a high level champion. Definitely let me know. I'm sticking on the yellow trait line right now because I'm trying to build an AoE berserker essentially. Defeated the Ruin Web Trapper. Wow, this game is still around. Yeah, 13 years, Sparky. This game is definitely still around. Okay, got another egg sac here. Another one way over here. I think there was one up here by this tree. I don't know, I saw a third one. Yep. Mine eyes did not deceive me. Okay. Going to assume there's going to be more across this bridge. As me... Ooh, actually. Switch it up. Nope, nope. Not what I thought it was calling. You know what? That must be on my captain. I thought the Muma kill I had was on this one. 'Twas wrong. Gotta build up that fervor. Okay. For some reason, I could never get into this game. Always wanted to go back and try it. Doesn't hurt. It's free. So, I mean, you're only out the time it took you to install. If you decide it's still not for you. It's a little slow at the beginning. Because, I mean, you're dealing with content that was made 13 years ago. It's definitely going to reflect that it's old school MMO design. But I like it. I mean, this content I'm doing right now was in the game at launch. So I'm slowly building up this champion. I don't know. For me, this game has always been about the game world like I was talking about earlier, so it was never an issue of the mechanics keeping me out of the game. It would have been if the world itself wasn't engaging, and it definitely is. Okay, I think we need 2 more egg sacs. Yeah, Thorin's Hall is a little slow. Elves start there too originally. The prologue has them starting in a elvish fort that's under attack, and then you reappear outside of Thorin's Hall. But I mean, Archet, Breland, the Shire, those are all starting areas for different the different races as well. If you're a hobbit, you'll start in Archet. Actually, no, I think you start at the Shire now. And you'll... Yeah, if you're... yeah, if you don't mind a grind, then I think you'd have no problem with this. Yeah, so if it's the issue was maybe you thought the Dwarvish starting area was a little too slow, check out play a Hobbit. The Shire is beautiful. It is a really good representation of what I think all of us pictured in the books and what we saw on screen with Peter Jackson's trilogies. They did a really good job building the Shire. I started as an elf. My main character is an elf. And the Dwelon Kelundim area, eventually it takes you to like Thorin's Hall and the Dwarvish lands up north in Edluin, but it's all pretty engaging, and eventually everyone kind of gets on the same storyline where it's, the ring has been found, and you're helping Gandalf Aragorn slowly but surely get the ring to Rivendell, and then eventually it kind of diverts from there, and you start following its own tail here in the north, with the rise of Angmar. I don't want to spoil too much if you're going to download and play it, but the epic storyline is pretty good. Being able to explore places like Moria, Forokel, the Shire, like I've said already, Rohan, Isengard. Places you don't see in the... That's not an egg sack. What am I looking for? Yeah, places you don't see in the books or the movies, like Eneadwaith, parts of Eregion. Pretty sure mine was some type of elf mage. Probably an elf lore master then. Yeah, so you were talking about the prologue there. The prologue does dump you in Thorin's Hall as you're investigating Skolgrim. There's 2 egg sacs left, I thought. And I gotta find the web spinner to beat as well. Which looks like there's an egg sac right here. Yep. Where is the spinner at? It's in the blue. Profound Losses is going to be the egg sac. Which... I've already got that one. What is it pointing me to then? Is there one down here I missed? Probably. And they were getting a $15 subscription fees for this game 10 years ago. They're still getting $15 subscription fees for this game. Plenty of people still pay for them. I do. This is a sub account. So, there we go. There's the web spinner I need to kill. For many people, it's worth it. This was also one of those games that had that amazing lifetime account where you just pay you pay $200 and you have access to everything. As long as this game is, obviously you still buy the expansions, but any of the main content updates they do, the free patches and stuff, you're supposed to have access to all that. That's why the mini expansion thing was such a controversy, because it's basically it's a regular content update that they decided to call a mini expansion so they could charge for it. That's why so many lifetime players were pissed, because to them, I have a lifetime account as well for this, not this account, and it felt as though it was a little underhanded, maybe. I don't know. Kind of wish they would do the lifetime account again. I'd get one for this account, but I'm pretty sure it's just not financially sound for companies to offer that kind of deal anymore. I think we're going to hit level 25, which is awesome. I wasn't expecting to get there that quickly. There we go. To remember my way around Osgruth.
Greetings. Might I take a moment of your
Burn
time?
bloated corpse. Oh, this is gonna send me back to Amon Ros. No, Ostkirn. Where is it though? Oh, it's to the south, okay. Alright, let's turn all these in.
What can I do for you?
Oh, gotta select a reward. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta take those.
Greetings.
Yep, level 25. Leather boots of the Eggline. Is that bueno? Higher armor, but the stats on my old boots are still better. So I could go to Trestle Bridge, but I need to finish book 2. So I kind of have to stay in the Lone Lands here. So I guess let's go do... We have book 2. Yeah, okay. We can go do this quickly, and then I'll have to... We'll have to end the stream after doing these few quests over here. Yeah. Agamar. The Bloodmire, as this has also been called. Namely because it looks like blood. Okay, so we gotta collect bog moss. Forgot we were gonna have some whites here to kill. That was one of the weird things about this game too, is each location, each area on the map had kind of the same geographical and same style of location. So every single location of the map has, you know, a boggy area where whites are, at least early on, and it was kind of predictable. So you had the area with spiders, then you had the bog that you had to deal with, or the undead area. I think the only one that doesn't have an undead area is the Shire, but it's because up north, near the borders of Evendoom, you have the goblin camps. For a game as old as this is, too, I think they do a really good job with the reflections in this game. They're not using, like, ray trace reflections, obviously, but they do a really good job of simulating high-quality reflections with cube maps and screen space. Here, it's not as noticeable because the water is so dark, but in places like in Breland, it is outrageously noticeable. Okay, need 4 more of these bog nests. Is this what I need to kill for noisome neighbors? I think so. These are basically just like giant crickets. Yep, okay, that's what I gotta kill for those. Okay, so I'll stop ignoring them and I'll start killing them. No! Bog Prowler, what are you doing this for? I'm only, you know, disturbing your nests. Redagast asked me not to kill these things. Can't log in, getting failed to queue for server no matter what server I chose. Did it fully patch the launcher? And also, are you running this through Steam, or did you download it from the website? I wonder if their Twitter account is saying if they're having issues right now with the login server. Where are the last 3 nests? I got these 2. I got that one. Pretty sure I got these ones. Oh my goodness, I need the run buff that my hunter has. I got those 2. I didn't realize that this game was still active, or is it a new one? No, this is still the old Lord of the Rings Online that came out in 2007. Definitely still active. Just, I'm in a very low level zone, so you're not going to see a whole lot of other players, because everyone's in the new areas. Ah, here's one. Okay, so they must not be in the water. They're probably sitting on... Probably all sitting on things. It says it's fully patched. Maybe restart the computer? Are you... Obviously you've logged into an account if you're getting the server list. Yeah, I would maybe restart. Maybe restart Steam first, see if that helps. I don't play it on Steam because I was having issues recently with the Steam launcher. So I just downloaded it straight from the website. Though I played it on Steam for years when it was first added because it's just more convenient. I had everything on Steam at one point. Yeah, nothing from the Twitter account saying that there are issues with the login server. Just rebooted as I play all my games through Shadow server. Does the game need to be toggled as compatible with Shadow? Because I know some games for those cloud services don't allow their game to be played that way. That was the big issue with GeForce Now. I don't think Shadow has been as nearly as affected, but you never know. Yeah, unfortunately that's how I would do it. I've had, like I said, I've had a lot of issues with the Steam client lately. Though I know plenty of people who still use the Steam client with no issues. I've found it a lot more stable to use their direct client. I do the same thing for EVE Online now, for that same reason. I was having some connection issues with Steam and EVE as well. Alright, I seriously cannot find this last... guess we can kill this white. It's gotta be over here somewhere. There we go. Okay, we need to kill 3 more of those Nurbog things. Then we can get back to Oskaruth, turn these 2 quests in, and I think that'll be it for tonight. Tomorrow is going to be a little weird because we've got the Final Fantasy VII announce showcase. Final Fantasy XIV announce showcase, excuse me. So we'll be prepping to cover that. So I'm not sure if we're going to do a stream. I was planning on streaming Final Fantasy XIV tomorrow. So we shall see. Ooh, let's see if we can get them both. That showcase happens at 5:30 Pacific time. So it'll be later on in the day. Normally though, I've been started the stream at about 3 p.m. Today was a little late because we had some news hit from the Activision that had to get written up first. But if we can do the stream at 3 o'clock tomorrow, I'll probably be back with Final Fantasy XIV, or maybe this. I don't know. We shall definitely see. If you want us to play something very specific, let us know on Facebook, Twitter. We're going to start having posts on the actual website announcing these streams in the near future, so let us know what you'd like to see us play, and we'll definitely try it out. Okay. To Ostguruth. I will check. We'll download onto desktop to see if it's any better. Yeah, I think you may have more luck going that route. I really hope it does work, because last thing I would want is for you to get super excited to play this game after watching the stream and then it not work, you know? I'm confident it will, though. Like I said, I switched from the Steam client back to the main client for that very reason. I always wonder about this location, because it's not mentioned in the books at all. This is definitely a fabricated location. This is some creative license here on behalf of the Lord of the Rings Online team, as far as I know. And I kind of wonder the story behind it, and I think that's one of the things I like most about this game too, is they do kind of like what Tolkien does, where we just don't know. There are holes in the history where we just don't know. And it completely adds to that level of weight and history that this world has. Oh, hey. Bjorning.
You have returned, I see.
You did well. This moss will help me to understand how the evil is tainting the Red Swamp. This is but the first step in determining what caused the shepherds to become confused and irrational. There is still more to do. There's more still to do, my friend. It will not be easy.
This
Nice.
reeks of death.
Alright, so yeah, we gotta kill some whites in Haragmar, which we will do next time. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. I really do appreciate it. As always, check out the site, mmorpg.com, for all your news, reviews, opinions, forums. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, probably with some Final Fantasy XIV, maybe some more LotRO. I'm feeling the itch to play even more of this, so we'll see what happens. You are very welcome, John. I really hope you enjoy it. Really hope it scratches that itch. If you play on Arkenstone, feel free to hit me up. Landreval, Brandywine are going to have the more active populations in the game. A lot of the events you read about happen on Landreval, so that's not a bad place to play as well. But yeah, thanks so much, guys. We'll be back tomorrow, and until next time, peace out.